Good morning, friends. Thank you to the channel. If today is your first time visiting with us,
Thank you to the channel.
huh? Thank you to the channel. We appreciate the channel. Maybe we need to try that again.
Maybe.
Good morning, friends. Thank you for visiting our channel. If today is the first time with us, I'm sorry, I cannot speak today. If today is your first time with us, we want to extend you a very warm welcome and invite you to review our over 340 videos that are arranged in playlists, as we are very confident you're going to find something that is both useful and enjoyable to your situation. If you have been here before, but you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to extend you a very happy birthday. Today we have a very exciting episode as we review a piece of gear that I didn't think we're going to get for a long time down the road, right? What do you think?
I didn't even know it was on your wish list, so
You didn't know that?
no.
I had like two of them.
You have a very extensive wish list, so.
It's nothing expensive.
Extensive.
Oh, okay.
You need to clean out your ears too.
So stick around, guys, and we're going to talk about it. So today we're going to talk about drones. I've owned a couple of drones in the past, but nothing as sophisticated as we recently received. So we're going to talk about the DJI Mavic, which is this drone here. And this being a first look video, I have flown it, I don't know, 3-4 times since we received it. So it has not been an extensive use of this machine. But we're going to tell you our first impressions and show you a little bit of footage. Alright, the drone itself is unbelievably small. I guess that's not unbelievably small because it's here, so it's believable. It's actually one of the smallest drones. I own two other drones. One is smaller, one is bigger. And my problem with every other drone I own is that they had very poor flight characteristics. I don't think we have to discuss this before, but I am actually a pilot. I do know how to fly big aircraft. And I didn't expect that I will have with inexpensive drones so much difficulty as I have experienced, right? So the first impressions, this has a feeling of quality written all over it, right? It feels very good in the hand. It has sensors in the front, which is this is the front, and the rear. And it has a 3-axis gimbal, which is amazing for this size drone. A nice 4K camera. And when it is folded, it is just extremely small. Now the gimbal protection, I've read some reviews that people complain. I haven't had really a lot of difficulty with it, and I think it is a good way to protect the gimbal and the camera when you're not using the drone. The battery itself is very compact and includes a sensor that tells you how much charge you have in the battery, right? Mm-hmm. Now, one of the interesting things I found, this same button is also the button that turns the drone on. There are no other buttons on the drone. This is it. And you simply take the battery, insert it in the drone body, and click it in. Was that too fast or?
No, that was good.
And also, I don't know if you notice it, but it has sensors in the bottom, and that time can be annoying because it doesn't want to land where you want it to land, right? Like,
Well, you know, unsafe conditions like snow.
yeah, we took it out in the snow the other day, and I was trying to land it, and it says, we aren't doing it. It didn't want to land in the snow. Maybe we'll get cold. I don't know. So the sensors for the rear are both visual sensors and auditory sensors, what do you call them? It's like radar, you know? So this actually looks for a distance, and these two little buttons are actually radar-like, right? They send high frequency signals and receive them back and get an idea of where the drone is. Overall, I do like the drone, but there are a couple of things that I would say, when I said I didn't have any problems with it, I didn't like the way it was hitting.
It's not its fault you sat it down that way.
The legs in the front are actually the antennas, and they have to be extended for a safe flight. And the drone just folds, and you're going to see in a moment. That is the hard part for me. The rear the rear legs fold up and away, so you can see now how small the drone really is, right? One of the things I like is this nice case that comes with the drone. So when you're traveling, you just put your drone in your case, and you can put it in a small bag. I mean, you know, it is very, very compact, right?
Yep.
So that is a plus, that is a positive.
And the case has the kind of soft hard shell, right?
Yes.
So it's protective of it.
Yes, I mean, you couldn't put like a ton of weight on it, but if you were to drop it or something,
It's not going to be easily crushed.
it would be protected, yes. It comes with two sets of cables, and these are the same cables. Let's talk about the controller, that will make more sense. The controller doesn't have a screen, but has a very easy way to hold your phone that becomes a nice screen. And of course, I have an iPhone, so it is set for an iPhone. I don't know if you can see the lightning
Cable connect.
the lightning cable.
No, because your stupid camera doesn't want to focus on it.
Stop complaining about the camera.
Stupid camera.
The camera is fine.
No, it isn't.
And it comes with two extra cables to accommodate the different type of phone or device that you might have. The controller feels very, very positive in your hands, and it actually does have two joysticks, not one. I just left it there to show you that you can remove the joystick, so when you travel it becomes even smaller and you're not losing it. And the two joysticks tag very nicely here in the controller. Is it visible? One and the other, right?
There we go.
Which allows you to put this in a very, very small place. They are protected by the holders of your telephone. And then the antennas. And again, you can see how compact everything is. This is all there is to it. Now, this has a USB port that you use. I forget what you use the USB port for. I don't know.
Isn't it charging?
No, it's charging from here actually.
Okay.
Which is a USB-C. And this is a USB-B. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what it is used for. Darn. Now the drone, I didn't show you that, but uses micro SD cards, and it takes footage up to 4K. What else is coming with it? We talked about this. It comes with two extra joysticks.
Yeah.
Joystick sticks, I don't know. You know.
Sticks.
It comes with propeller guards, which, as you can see, I've not really removed or used. Real
Who needs those?
real men don't need guards.
Who runs in fountains and stuff?
You think you're funny, don't you?
Just injecting some humor into your video today.
Yeah, I see. And it also comes with an extra set of propellers, which is very, very useful, that you probably don't need if you put your guards on. I just don't like the guards because to me it's like a case for an iPhone. You have a beautiful looking device and then you start putting crap on it. Sorry. And of course, if you put those on, the drone cannot fold. You're missing a lot of the functionality of the drone just by using this.
But those are being used when you're flying it to protect it, not when you're storing it, right?
Right, but then you have to remove them to store it.
Oh, you mean like you have to collapse the whole thing down to go into the case?
But the collapsing is one thing. You collapse everything, it goes away.
watched
It's
you.
great.
We watched you. We know that one thing is not true.
What thing is not true?
There are 4 propellers that have to be pushed down and pushed into place. And then if you're doing the controller, it's you have to take the joysticks off. You're pushing the antennas down and you're pushing down the phone flaps.
But everything is self-contained and it stays on the thing.
So what you don't like
These
is that
don't
those
stay on me.
don't fit there. It's not that you don't like the having to take them apart. It's that you don't like putting them in, they don't fit in a case.
I think it's nice that DJI included those for people that have limited flying experience or limited drone experience. I would say this is a very good entry-level drone because it has a beginner's mode. Now the beginner's mode restricts you severely as far as how far you can go or how high you can go, but it is a good way to teach you how to fly the drone. And of course the drone has an excellent obstacle avoidance, which we tested.
And you did have to take a test to be able to fly it at all, right?
Yes, the machine will not even turn on unless you pass a test. It is in the application. And one of the things I will say, I don't know it for a fact, I have an iPhone X and it worked beautifully out of the box with it, but I have read other reviewers saying that it will not work with some older phones, specifically Android phones. So you might want to check what phones are compatible with this device before you buy it. It is my first impressions. I'm very, very pleased. It's by far the nicest drone I've ever owned, right?
Yeah.
That is true. And I said I've owned 2 drones. I really have owned 3 drones. And I still have 2 of them. Remember I had that little small one? And I can tell you that from a perspective of footage, this is amazing because of the gimbal. My other drones, when you move the drone, the camera moves, so you see a totally non-fluid picture. Where with this, you see a very, very fluid picture.
And the clarity of the footage is fantastic.
Well, yeah, it's 4K, so
I know.
you don't get better than that. Maybe we need to start, you can hold the drone and shoot our videos in the shop because it is the best camera we have on the drone. All our other cameras, we have no 4K camera. They're all HD cameras, but not 4K. Did I forget anything? Oh yes, the piece of resistance. It comes with this. Now this is the part. What? What are you laughing at, woman? What you didn't like?
You didn't. Never mind.
Okay, say it correctly.
Well, it's your French to English translation, so it made it sound like a negative thing instead of a positive thing.
Okay, say it then.
Pièce de résistance.
Oh, now we're showing off our friends. I would say this is the first thing I don't like about the drone package. And I like some of the things of this device, but I don't like the proprietary charger for the battery. Even though the drone has a USB port, you have to use this specific cable to charge your battery, which means that if something goes wrong, it has a lot of pins here. If you bend a pin or anything, you have to buy another power supply, right? And that I do like is that you can charge both the controller and the drone at the same time because the controller charges with a USB-C. So the charger charges through a USB-C, and it is really interesting because the controller does not have a USB-C, but DJI gives you an adapter which makes it a micro USB so you can charge it. And you actually charge it on the same port that you connect to the phone. You just remove that. I probably did that too fast, right?
Well, it's just not in. You gotta turn it a little bit. Hold on. Okay, there we go.
So you just remove that. The charger lasts about 2.5 hours, which is plenty of flight time. And the drone has a flight time of about 20 minutes. I don't think we ever tested that. So I cannot speak to that, but reviews say that this is very close to what the drone can fly. And of course it depends on conditions. We found out what I was really impressed, and was I think our first flight was in really high winds, right? Mm-hmm. And I was really impressed, specifically for the size of the drone, how stable the drone is, right? Mm-hmm. It was amazing to just see it hanging there. And because it has GPSs, in our location, you could see 17 GPS satellites. And it would stay, when you say very, very stable as a platform?
Oh yeah, it was stable.
I mean, once you set it somewhere to hover, it just stays there. It doesn't move at all. Now, since then, I've discovered other things that I didn't test, but I'm looking forward to. For example, when I was rotating the drone, the footage was moving very, very, very fast, right? Because it's a small device with a very tight radius of turning. Since I discovered there's actually a mode that's called the tripod mode that is designed exactly for that. And maybe I will do a review of the software in a separate video, because this is already getting long, right? Mm-hmm. A little bit? Just a tiny bit? A little bit. I'm going to put, following the discussion, a little clip to see the quality of the drone. And we'll take it back and close our impressions from there.
The two things that you forgot to mention,
Okay.
I don't remember you mentioning, was that it has a takeoff and a landing mode.
Okay.
And I like those because then it's just a very steady takeoff and a very steady landing. It comes in very soft and smooth. Except
when it doesn't want to land.
Except on snow when it doesn't want to, but when you get it on the appropriate surface that it likes, it lands very smoothly.
It also has a come home function. The drone can fly over 2 miles away from you, and of course, because of its size, it will be totally impossible for you to keep a visual on the drone. I don't know about you, I cannot see 2 miles away something this size.
Not last time I checked, no.
So the drone shows you on a map where it is. It actually uses Google Maps, which I found very intriguing, but it shows you in a map where it is. But if you get disoriented and you cannot bring it back, you hit the come home and it will come to you. And actually, you can even have it come to you and auto land. You don't have to do anything, but So if you really panic, just hit the button and it will come to you. It also monitors its own batteries and conditions. And if you fly far away that the battery might not be able to bring it back, the drone will come automatically back. The drone will also come automatically back if for some reason it loses its signal. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It will auto return. And you can set it to return to a set location, or you can set it to return where the controller is. My current setting is to return where the controller is. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So what else I forgot?
I don't know, but now we're verging into your software stuff that you said you were gonna.
Well, no, but I'm not showing anything, so it's okay.
I know, but you're still talking about it.
Yes, I'm talking about it.
Yeah, but you said that was separate video.
That's what I do.
You said that was a separate video.
Yes, it is. It will be a separate video.
Okay.
So, one of the things I do like about this, I told you the things I don't like, but it has 2 USB charging ports. Is that visible or?
Yep.
Which means that you can charge your phone as you're charging your Mavic and your controller at the same time, and that is nice. I don't know, for some reason this is almost as big as the drone itself, weird, right? It seems big. Of course, the intention is that you don't take this with you, you leave it home and you go out and fly. Mm-hmm. Which will also mean that you have to purchase another battery, because if you want to fly more than 20 minutes, one battery will not do it for you. But really picking things now. I don't think that this is horrible. It's definitely not a game changer. I wouldn't say don't buy the drone because of this, but I do think it could be designed a little better. And since there are USB ports here, I don't see why you cannot charge that using a standard USB and you have to use adapters and all this silliness. Overall, my impression of the drone, it is by far the easiest drone I've flown. I'm not sure how it will fit in our channel, you know. We can have it hover and take video of us as we work, I don't know. Then I have to blur Elpida's presence, you know. I'll make her looking like a ghost because she refused to be on camera. But I will use it on travels. I plan next month a travel to Europe, so I do intend to take it with me and take some nice footage. So maybe for 2 weeks it will become a travel channel, I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. Sounds good.
Well, no, I will find things that are different in Europe than here when it comes to DIY and building projects and things of this nature to suit. But in any case, we're not very experienced as reviewers of electronics, but I am an electronics geek. So I hope this was useful, and if you have any questions, please let us know. And I will make a video flying the drone, but we already exceeded the length of videos that we want for our Wednesday project. If you did enjoy this video, please smash that like button. If you did not, smash the other button twice. Share, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you have any questions about them. This is, did I say the name of the thing? It is the Air.
So the DJI Mavic Air.
Correct.
Okay.
And there is a Mavic Pro, a Mavic Pro 2, a Mavic Spark. I mean, there are many. And this is the middle drone for, well, middle is. They even have an 8000 model. Yeah, they have a huge one that looks like a dinosaur. But anyway.
A pterodactyl?
A pterodactyl, I don't know. I don't have it, but it cost $8,000. And I don't think I'm allowed to spend $8,000.
I'm pretty sure.
So, this is our show for today. We're going to see you on the weekend with some build. Unless the weather freezes again, it is 9 degrees outside right now. So we're happy it's Wednesday and we can film inside, right?
Right.
But we will see you on the weekend and then again next Wednesday. Maybe we'll make it an electronics theme. You know, we have a lot of electronics and we enjoy them. But from the Garage Wizard, Elpida and the Urban Homesteading channel, we bid you a great week.